Web3 analytics, most on-chain dashboards tell you what moved. Very few help you understand how much, who, and why it matters without the added speculation. I built this tool to track large Ethereum transfers, reduce noise, and make capital movement inspectable. Ethereum data is public, but it is not immediately usable. Raw transaction logs have high volume and are difficult to interpret if your goal is just to focus on material movement and not every small transfer. Any existing tools solve this by pre-labeling wallets, pushing alerts, or implying market intent. I intentionally avoided all that. The question behind this project in particular was narrow and practical. I wanted to know which large ETH transfers happened recently, who sent them, who received them, and how concentrated that activity was. I built this under a few clear constraints, like no running of a node, no database, no background jobs, no predictive modeling. Everything needed to be transparent, straightforward, and easily reproducible. So I use Alchemy's asset transfer endpoint because it provides a clean abstraction over raw logs without forcing assumptions about wallets or behavior. That choice was more about clarity rather than convenience. The tracker focuses only on external ETH transfers, so token movement, NFTs, and internal contract calls are excluded to maintain a focused and interpretable signal. At the top of the dashboard, you see aggregated context such as total ETH moved, its USD equivalent using live spot pricing, and the number of qualifying transactions. This establishes scale before any interpretation is done. Activity is then summarized by behavior, top sending addresses by cumulative ETH and top receiving addresses by cumulative ETH. This helps assess concentration without assuming intent. Every transaction is listed in a table with direct links to Etherscan, so the raw data is always one click away. Thresholds and time windows are adjustable, and the dataset updates immediately. It's important to be clear about the scope. This tool organizes large ETH transfers, adds scale and concentration context, and makes recent on-chain activity easier to inspect. It does not predict price movements, classify wallets, or infer trading intent. That boundary is deliberate. Overinterpretation is usually where on-chain analysis breaks down. So the point of this project isn't about whales, it's about how carefully applied filtering and aggregation can transform raw blockchain data into a form that supports genuine analysis under real world constraints. If you're interested in applied analytics or how I approach building tools for clarity, the GitHub repo and write up are linked below. Subscribe for more.